Hey there, welcome. Welcome to Rise and Receive. This is an opportunity in your day to stop whatever you're doing and take a little break to explore how to receive fulfillment in your life by unlearning struggle. So we are in the middle this week of a new series called Wellness and Beauty, 3 Keys to Surpass Your Limits. And if you are interested in surpassing your limits around wellness and beauty in your life, then I invite you to just take a moment right now and think about where or how in your life do you feel limited regarding wellness and beauty. Hey Ruth, great to see you. Where in your life do you feel limited? And how would you like to experience greater fulfillment? Whether it has to do with your health, how you feel in your physical body, your sense of wellness. Maybe it has to do with your sense of attractiveness or beauty. You know, a really common area for people is weight and fitness. So just take a moment to connect with that for yourself, because as we move through this, today we're going to do a little bit more of a workshop-y feel. I'm going to have you really engage in a little exercise to help you come away after this training with some really concrete things that you can practice in your life. So as you connect with it personally for you, it's going to be that much more relevant. If you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I help ambitious, goal-oriented people to surpass their limits with ease, speed, and beyond what they ever imagined possible. And one of the ways that I do this is I love to illuminate blind spots, because your point of view is everything. The theme for this whole training is your consciousness creates your reality. That means everything in your inner world is the cause of every effect in your outer world. Most of us, especially ambitious, goal-oriented people, tend to think really all in the realm of the physical plane regarding cause and effect. And yes, there's cause and effect in the physical world, but it's much broader and much deeper than what most of us realize. And when we go into consciousness and we understand the inner terrain of our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, the sensations in our bodies, our memories, our expectations, that whole inner world. And we learn how to navigate that terrain with as much skill as many of us navigate the outer world with our 5 physical senses, because that's what ambitious, goal-oriented people tend to be really good at. We're really good human doings, but we're not as familiar with the skills that come with human beingness. And yes, human beingness has its own skills, and they are super productive, useful, and produce results. And they're actually really, really simple once you understand how to use them. When you have that skill, then you can surpass your limits, because our limits are caused by relying on doing without understanding that there's also a being skill. So you know how to do, you know how to think and take action, you know how to strategize, and that can produce results up to a point. But when your goals aren't coming in, when you feel stuck, when you hit an upper limit, then that can dissolve when you tap into this other skill set. Okay, and so that's what we talk about here at Rise and Receive. Now, my intention with these mini trainings that I'm doing right now is to support you in starting the new year with peace, power, and the kind of predictability that comes from having the right tools and the right awarenesses. Now, we can't predict life. We all know that. You can't control life, but you can create much more predictability when you're using the right tools and you have the right awarenesses. So that's what we're unpacking here. Now, I wanted to just give you a little bit of foreshadowing. If you would like help on a very personal level and would like to receive a 90-day plan on how to focus your energy in the most powerful way when you start your new year, I'm actually going to tell you more about how you can do that at the end. So stick around. I'll be giving you some resources at the end. And besides starting the year off with peace, power, and predictability, these trainings are designed to give you something that you can start tapping into right away, illuminating your blind spots, showing you some tools that you can use, and how you can access support if you want to go deeper. So with that said, I'm all about ease, speed, and beyond your upper limits. And today we're going to talk about the speed factor. All right. So what is the pain point when you're hitting a limit and you want things to happen more quickly? Well, what tends to happen is we have a goal or a dream about our bodies, whether it's a wellness issue, a beauty issue, an attractiveness issue. And our experience, the pain point is wanting something we don't have. We are feeling all the feelings that come with that. Okay, so you have this goal or dream, you want it, and you feel angst and frustration and longing. And sometimes we get a little bit obsessed or desperate, exasperated. So we struggle with those kinds of feelings. That's kind of an upper limit experience. Okay. And we are really ingrained or rooted in the experience of lack. No matter what we do, no matter how much we try to figure it out, even when we think we have the right answer and we're not following through, we bump up against lack. Everywhere we look, it's like it's just not happening. And here's the thing, because your consciousness creates your reality. When your consciousness is in feeling bad and experiencing lack, you have more of that. We create that because what you focus upon flourishes. So how do you change that when you're feeling so stuck in it, so embedded in feeling bad, and there's nothing that can help you connect with the feeling of abundance when all you feel is lack? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So the blind spot that I want to illuminate today, and I've been doing this in each topic, we've been talking about work and money, we've talked about relationships, and so in this mini training series, we're talking about wellness and beauty. Okay, so blind spot number 2 is what I call the faulty focus blind spot. Faulty focus blind spot, which means you are focused on the wrong thing. So when you are wanting to manifest a goal or dream around beauty, wellness, well-being, that kind of stuff, what we tend to focus on is the world of form. So that means everything from the form of our body to the form of what we think we're supposed to be doing to achieve our goals. Okay, now here's the problem with focusing on form, all right? Focusing on form is good when you're operating as a human doing and you're very much trying to achieve a concrete result. So you're in project manager mode or you're in task mode and you know exactly what you want and exactly what needs to be produced, the exact outcome, and you know exactly how to get it, and you can just take action and do it. That's great. But when you're not producing the results, either because you're sabotaging yourself or there's something that you're just missing or there's emotions involved that get in the way, then what do? Okay, that's that upper limit issue. So with the faulty focus, I'm having a tongue twister today, the faulty focus blind spot, what we start to practice is you focus on the essence of what you want so that the form can come. So the essence of how you want to feel in your body, how you want to experience your body, believe it or not, the essence of how you want to look in your body, as well as the essence of how you want the journey of that transformation to be. Okay, because we get these ideas about in order for me to feel a certain way, to look a certain way, to have my body behave in a certain way, I have to do this thing over here. That's where we talked about in training number 1, which is the cause and effect. And we have incorrect cause and effect thinking, which sabotages ourselves. So today we're going to do a little bit of a workshop thing, and I'm going to guide you through how to focus on the essence so that the form will come around your body. Now, I want you to go back to thinking about that thing that you want. What is the outcome? What is the result? What is the experience that you have with your body? So just, give that a little bit of awareness now. And what I want you to think about now is think about, when do you get triggered or activated around feeling frustration and lack? I'm going to give you some examples now as you think about it. So whether it's a health issue, a wellness issue, or an attractiveness issue, or a fitness issue, think about when you get a charge because you don't have what you want. So let's say you're feeling, you get a pain. That can be an activator. Oh, there's that pain in my back, right? So now your attention, your focus is on lack and what do I do? And the feelings of I don't have what I want. It's very fast and automatic when we react that way, but that can be an activator. The next one can be a symptom. Let's say you have a nerve issue and your nerve issue is flaring up, but you've been given a diagnosis or you think that there's something systemically wrong. So you have a symptom. Or let's say you have a headache. Maybe you got migraines or toothache, right? Something that is connected to the belief that there's something wrong. And then you get activated. Okay. Maybe it's a wellness, it's a beauty issue or an attractiveness issue. And every time you look in the mirror, or many times, sometimes you look in the mirror and you have that feeling of, I don't feel good, I don't like this, and you want something that you don't have. It might be when you put on your clothes and they feel too tight and immediately you feel bad. It could be when you're shopping for clothes and you can't find anything that feels good or fits you right. Sometimes activators or little charges happen when you notice yourself comparing yourself to others. This happens on social media all the time. Or you might have friends or family members and you start to compare yourself. And once you start to compare yourself, you start to feel bad and you start to connect with all of that energy of wanting something you don't have. Maybe you have certain behaviors that activate you, that come with all of these judgments. Like, I'm sitting on the couch, I should be exercising. Maybe you start to feel like you're lazy and there's this whole bit of self-talk coming up. So you want to think about, what is it in your life that occurs that activates all of those feelings of wanting something you don't have? And if you were to slow down your reaction, you would notice that it isn't just the feelings. Your mind would start with thoughts of, what do I do? Self-judgment, I need to do something, problem solving. There's this whole thing that happens in that moment when you get activated. Now, the first thing you want to do is notice when that happens, okay? And when you notice it, what you can start to pay attention to is that this is causing you to engage in what I call a default focus. Default is, it's just your automatic pilot. So whenever I feel bad, my focus goes to what do I do and feeling bad. And that consciousness, okay, everything that's happening in consciousness, if you were to slow it way down, there's three main things that cause you to experience no progress or slow progress. Remember, I said today's blind spot is about manifesting your fulfillment with greater speed, beyond your limits with greater speed, surpassing that with greater speed. This consciousness slows everything down, because when you're focusing your attention that way, by default, you're focusing on lack, which means I don't have what I want, it's lacking. You're focusing on the future, which means it isn't here right now, it's off in the future. So your experience of manifesting what you want will always be someday in the future. And it's going to focus on conditions, which means in order to have what I want, certain conditions have to happen first. So that just creates delays. I can't have what I want right now. I'm lacking it, lack. It's in the future, more delay. And I have to do this first, like change my behaviors before I can have what I want. So that slows things down, and sometimes it just stops you in your tracks. Zero progress, no speed, slowness. That is what's happening in consciousness. Now, here's where all your power is. You start to notice when you're having that kind of reaction that perpetuates slowness and lack and future thinking and conditions in your consciousness. Once you stop and notice, okay, this is where you reclaim your power. And what you want to do is stop and ask yourself, okay, how do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? So think about the goal or the outcome that you want, and this is the best way to get to the feeling. What do I think this outcome will give me? What feelings do I think this outcome will give me that I can't have any other way? As I talked about in training number 1, for every goal you have, ever will have, ever have had, there's only one reason. You are chasing a feeling. That's the only reason we have goals, because we want the feeling. Because believe me, you can get the goal, you can get the form and still not have the feeling. How many times have you wanted to manifest money and you got the money and you got the form and the feeling came for a little bit, and then the old feeling comes back? Fear of loss. You start to spend it and it starts to diminish and you start to feel less and less and there's lack, and then you're back to stressing out about money. Whenever you focus on the form, the best you can hope for is you'll get the thing and the feeling will be fleeting, and then you'll be off and hunting again for someday in the future. What do I do? Okay, so the form is not what you want. You want the feeling. And as you focus on the feeling, which is the same thing as saying as you focus on the essence, the form will come. And the better you get at focusing on the essence, then the form always flows to you, because feelings pass and so does the form. It passes. Things flow. Life flows. We change our relationship to manifesting from getting things to receiving things, to being in the flow. Okay, so you've noticed the activator, you've stopped, and now you're going to shift your focus from what do I do and what's the thing that I want to how do I want to feel. So let's do some more examples. Think about your thing again. Now, let's say you feel pain. How do you want to feel? I want to feel well. Maybe that pain makes you afraid. I want to feel safe. I want to feel at ease. Make a mental note of how you want to feel. You might even want to write it down. If you're feeling a symptom and there's tightness or stiffness in your body, for example, maybe how you want to feel is light, strong, flexible, agile, vital. Okay? If you are having an experience when you look in the mirror, how do you want to feel? Maybe you just you just start treating yourself with horribly mean judgments and you want to feel kind towards yourself. Or you want to feel appreciation. Or you want to feel attractive. Okay, notice how you want to feel. You want to feel beautiful. Maybe you want to just feel comfortable. Just comfortable would feel good. If you are comparing yourself, and again, you feel bad, maybe what you want to feel is self-love, acceptance. Okay? Maybe you want to feel proud of yourself. Maybe when you compare yourself, you feel not enough, and what you'd like to feel is wholeness. You want to feel your wholeness. Maybe the behaviors bring on those bad feelings. How do you want to feel? Well, if you're sitting on the couch and you're judging yourself as being a couch potato, maybe you want to feel motivated or inspired or creative. Okay? So let yourself take a moment to think about, how do I want to feel when I get activated that way? And sometimes it takes a little time to really connect with the feeling. So whether you do it today, whether you go back afterwards, you replay this or sit quietly, when you're really wanting something that you think you don't have, or something that you think that the only way you can have it is by getting the form. How do I think that thing will make me feel once it's arrived, once I've achieved it? Really sit with that question and connect with the answer. You'll know it. I just want to feel X, right? So you connect with that feeling. Now, once you've connected with that feeling, you get to shift from your default focus to your chosen focus. You get to activate the power of choice. And this allows you now to shift to good feelings. And here's your practice. Once you start to activate the power of choice, you're going to practice savoring and soothing related to the good feelings. Once you start to do this, instead of being focused on lack, the future, and conditions which causes delay, by focusing on savoring the feelings and soothing them into being, okay, you start to move into abundance instead of lack, right here, right now instead of the future, and the energy of unconditional, which means you can receive things with much greater speed because no conditions have to be fulfilled first. So here's how we do savor and soothe. Think about that feeling and then ask yourself, where in my life do I already feel this? You don't have to have the feeling connected to the form you want. You can have that feeling with anything. So let's say you want to feel comfortable in your clothes. Think about where in your life you already feel comfortable. Let's say it's when you go to bed at night and you just get under the covers and you're like, oh, this feels so comfortable. This feels so comfortable. You're going to savor that. You're going to notice it and you're going to savor that and bring on the energy of gratitude. Thank you for this comfortable, cozy feeling that I feel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then be an invitation for more or better. How does it get even better than this? When you give thanks, gratitude is the consciousness of, I already have this right here, right now. Your consciousness creates your reality. Many people practice gratitude. Many people practice those gratitude lists. Not so many people understand why it's so powerful. It's because your consciousness creates your reality. And gratitude is the energy of havingness as opposed to wantingness. Havingness manifests more havingness. Wanting manifests more wanting. Okay? Abundance manifests more abundance because your attention's on that. Lack manifests more lack. This is why this is so important. Okay, so let's look at another one. Let's say you want to feel playful. All right, so you go shopping and instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, there's nothing here that fits, I don't like shopping, it stinks, but I need clothes. And instead you want to feel creative and playful and you can try on all these things and everything looks good on you, right? But that's not your experience, but you want it to be a fun experience. Where else in your life do you feel playful? Maybe it's with your pet and you're rolling around on the floor and it's really playful. Or you have some activity with some friends and you have game night or something and it just brings out this playful nature. Stop, notice this is your chosen focus and savor it. Thank you for this feeling of playfulness. It feels so good in my body right here, right now. How does it get even better than this? If you focus on the essence, the form will come. All right, so that's how you savor it. Now, let's say you know that's the feeling that you want, but you're having trouble connecting with where it is in your life. Then you bring in willingness. So anytime you feel badly because you don't have the experience you want, instead of focusing more on that or asking, what do I do? That's when you can bring in willingness. I'm willing to feel playful. Even when I don't see anything to connect for that feels fun. I am willing to feel comfortable in my body, in my clothes, under all conditions. I am willing to feel well and healthy, even when I do have aches and pains. I'm willing to believe that I am safe in my body, even if I have these symptoms. I'm willing to see all the ways my body's already healthy. So you can bring in willingness, just connect with the feeling you want instead of the feeling you don't want. Be willing, and your focus will be on the essence of what you want, and life will give you more of that. Now, that's your practice to shift from form to essence, and that brings you into right here, right now. The feelings is the consciousness that you want, and that brings the form. How does this translate to actual physical world actions? Like, let's say you want to exercise more or eat better or get the right information around your symptoms. This is where we connect with life always offers kindness. You don't have to know the how. You just connect with the what you want, which is the feeling, and life will deliver. Next steps, resources, aha moments, changes in how you relate to something. You'll find that you become willing to do things that you weren't willing to do before because your focus is on the correct thing. So the actions will come, the next steps will come, manifestations come. This is where speed happens. I mean, I see people manifest breakthroughs all over the place so quickly when you make the shift in consciousness. Focus on the essence, the form will come, the next steps will be revealed, and the most important action is do what's in front of you. Don't worry about what you think you should do. Don't ask, what do I do? Just practice focusing on essence, the form, the next steps will be revealed, and do what's in front of you. So I would love to hear if you have any questions, if you have any comments, how this is going for you. I'd love to hear more about that. Please post in the comments below, either on Facebook or on YouTube. If this was helpful, please please share. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. You can click on the subscribe button and I'll let you know each time I release a new video. Now, what are some next steps if this is something that resonates with you and you want some support or you want to take some next steps? I am offering, and this is 10 days from the time of this recording, a workshop called Surpass Your Limits in 2022. Go to surpassyourlimitsworkshop.com. And for the first 25 people that register, you will receive a personalized video from me to you that will give you a 90-day plan on how to focus your energy and your attention, what your probable blind spots are, and really some powerful next steps and recommendations to start the new year fresh. Well, how will I know to make this personalized? Because when you sign up for the workshop, you will receive a link to complete the Surpass Your Limits assessment. In it, I'm going to ask you the questions that you will need to set yourself up for success, to go through the workshop, to see your blind spots, to craft goals that inspire success, and to connect with your power. No matter what's happening in the world, regardless of outer world conditions. If you're among the first 25, then I will be creating a personalized video. I'm going to review your assessment, create a personalized video, and then you'll receive this video for you. I've got a 3-week window before the new year gets off to a roaring start, and you will have your 90-day plan. So if you would like that 90-day plan from me to you personally, then join me at the workshop. The workshop's going to be super powerful. It's 2 days. It's November 20th on a Saturday. And then on the Tuesday after that, there'll be 2 sessions. You can come to either or both where you can have some follow-up support and coaching and Q&A with me. So I would love to see you there. It's fun getting the registrations. It's going to be really powerful. And you'll be able to bring closure to 2021 and launch the new year with peace, power, and the predictability that comes from having the right awarenesses and the right tools. Can't wait to see you. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you at training number 3. Take care. Bye-bye.